Hi, everybody. This is Vanessa from the library, and I'm here today to talk to you about our newest STEM toy for science, technology, engineering, and math days, our Super STEM Saturdays that we have at the library. And hopefully, when things open back up, you'll be able to come in and we can play with these. We have several copies of this one. This particular game is called the Turing Tumble, and it's named after Alan Turing, who built one of the world's first computers. And what's so cool about this game is that there are no batteries and no electronics. It's all purely made out of pieces and marbles that you can manipulate to solve puzzles. And this is essentially how a computer works and how computer chips work. So there are all these little pieces that do certain things that will allow you to solve the challenges. So you can learn, this is part of it is learning computer logic. And part of it is that it's really fun because you get to play with all these little parts. We have this board here, and then we have all these little marbles, red ones and blue ones. They're really easy to lose, and they are heavy. They're metal marbles. They fall really nicely. And some of the other parts that we have, come on over here, Ben. And
Hi.
This is Ben. He loves this game too. And we're going to show you some of the parts that allow you to solve the challenges. And the first ones we're going to talk about are ramps.
So there's many examples of a ramp right here. So basically a ramp normally is the start of one, and it basically passes the ball to the direction that the curve is in.
And then it springs back into place after it passes that
this,
ball.
Because of this metal counterweight right here. I'm not sure if you can see it in the video.
No, and they're pretty simple little parts. The next part that we have is called a crossover. You want to show us what a crossover is, Ben?
A crossover is this orange piece, and it's kind of like the ramp. However, it works both ways all the time.
Oh, wow.
Like that.
So it can, if the marble comes in here, it can go out that way. And if it comes in this way, it can go out that way.
Yeah.
So it can kind of help change the direction of the marble. Then we have bits.
A bit is very similar to a ramp. However, if it's in this direction, it'll just put it back in that direction. And if it's in this direction, it'll go in that direction.
So a bit doesn't have the counterweight to spring it back into place. Yeah. It'll just stay in the direction that it is in after the marble passes through it. And these are kind of nice because they can change the direction of each marble that comes down. Mm-hmm. And they can also, and as the book gets more complicated, it'll allow you to create something called a register, which is also part of computer programming. It allows you to count things.
Yeah.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is an interceptor.
An interceptor just stops the ball. So if, for example, the ball is rolling on something, let's just imagine that there's a whatever right there. It'll go like this. It just stops.
It holds it.
It doesn't do anything with the ball.
No.
It stops it.
So let's say the challenge is to make every alternate blue ball come down to the bottom. You can use the interceptor to stop every second ball.
Yeah. However, eventually the interceptor gets full.
That's right. So you may need more than one interceptor. And the last thing we're going to talk about are gears and gear bits.
Gears and gear bits are special and very, very similar to, well, the gear bit is similar to a bit, as you can tell by the name. However, the gear is not similar at all to a bit. So
the gear can connect the gear bits, right?
Yeah. So, for example, if dang it. What happened? Oh, that. So if I put the ball here, it won't end up right here. It'll actually end up here because the gears turn together. Actually, It'll end up here, not here.
Yeah, so you have to play with things a bit to figure out how to make the balls do what you want them to do.
However, they do explain how these pieces work.
They do.
Way better in the book than I am explaining them.
So the book, it comes with this amazing little book that starts with a graphic novel. It's a sort of a storyline that helps get you into the game. And at the end of the graphic novel, They have many, many challenges and a lot of explanations. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with challenge 1. So in the challenge, they show you how to set up the board, what pieces you need, where to put the marbles, and they show you extra pieces that you can have to achieve your goal. So our goal, Ben has set this up already for challenge 1, and you're allowed to use 4 extra ramps.
Only 4, and that's the exact amount you need normally.
Okay, and it says challenge number 1, gravity. Objective. Make all of the blue balls and only the blue balls reach the end. And the end is down here. And then it says required output. And it shows you a little picture of what it wants things to look like at the bottom.
However, sometimes it doesn't show a picture. Sometimes it shows like if one ball goes through, 2 red balls must go, or that kind of stuff.
So Ben, show us how you're going to place those 4 available parts to achieve the objective.
First, I'll test it. So as you can tell, the ball will go down to here, so you should probably repeat this pattern. Luckily, we have just enough balls in order for that to work. So we place 1 here, 1 here, if I could get it on, 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. And when you press this lever, there's supposed to be this right here. We don't use it. We don't understand the purpose of it.
It's just an easy lever to press when you want to start and test your machine.
So, and now, look, here's how
Here comes the first ball. Let's see,
it
is
goes
it going to
down,
go?
And
there we go. And it triggers the second ball.
Yes. However, a ball is not allowed to skip one. So, for example, if it were to be like this, the ball would not be allowed to travel like this. You
can't just let the ball fall down. It always has to go from one piece to another.
One
so look at that.
To another.
And the red balls, because we have nothing that's triggering this red switch here, the red balls aren't coming off at all. And looks like you're down to your last blue ball.
And it's gonna work.
And let's see if we can tilt this a little bit. There's the bottom. There we go. So that's the output, and it looks exactly like the picture. So we have successfully completed the first challenge. So that's the Turing tumble. This one's a little simple. They get progressively more difficult, and down to like when you get up to challenge number 60, they are insanely challenging and really fun.
Challenge number 60 is a game, actually.
Yeah, it's a game. So thank you for listening, and hopefully we can see you at the library on Super Steam Saturday, and you can come and try out the Turing tumble. Bye, everybody.